Hi guys, this is Scribbly with another pen review, and today we're going to have a look at the Lamy Studio. Lamy has recently released the Studio in two new finishes. The one that I'm going to look at here is the so-called racing green, and then there's also another new finish. I think it's called piano black or something like that, which is essentially a highly glossy black lacquer finish. I have already reviewed the Lamy Studio. I have reviewed the Lamy Studio in Imperial Blue, which is the same satiny finish, just in a dark blue color. And then I've also reviewed the silver one, brushed steel, that has a slightly different section. But I really wanted to have a look at the new finish, so this is also why I'm going over the parts of the pen a little bit more quickly in this video. This is going to be a slightly shorter video because, as said, I've already covered the pen more in depth into other videos, which is why we're going to do that here a little bit faster. If you want to have a little bit more information about the pen, you might want to watch those two other videos. So the pen comes in this regular nice little Lamy box that has the Lamy logo on top of it, opens up like this, and then you find the pen in here, and the pen comes with one blue cartridge. The Lamy Studio itself, as said in those other videos, is a very sleek, elegant, and very modern pen. I do like that design quite a lot. It's one of my favorite Lamy designs. I think beside the Lamy 2000 and the Safari / All-Star, this is probably my most favorite pen design that Lamy has. Of course, the signature of this pen, the signature design element, is this slightly twisted clip here that is quite springy and works very well. This is a really beautiful design element. The pen has a flat top, highly reflective. You can even see my camera set up in here. Well, and then it is essentially a slightly thicker pen in the middle that tapers down toward both ends, and then you have a reflective end cap here with a ridge, and that ridge here is used to be able to post the pen, and then you can twist the cap at the end here in case you maybe posted it like that and that thing might cut into your hand, that clip, which is quite unlikely because the pen gets quite long but is still balanced. As said, you can just turn the cap back at the end here to make it fit your comfort. The pen has a chrome section, and I've pointed that out in other reviews before. That chrome section can get quite slippery if you tend to have maybe wet hands, or if you tend to have like what I call a death grip, right? A very hard grip, which you normally shouldn't have with fountain pens anyway, but some people do have a slightly harder grip. If that tends to be the case with you, be aware of the fact that the pen might get a little bit slippery. I've said that in the review of the Imperial Blue, and that is why I wanted to have a review at the steel one, the brushed steel finish, because the pen with the brushed steel finish does come with a black plastic section that is a lot more comfortable to hold, I find, because it is a lot less slippery. Just wanted to point that out once again. But of course, it is very beautiful, and it does fit the overall design of the pen very well, this chrome section here. But well, it might get slippery. Then we have the regular Lamy Z50 nib on here. I got the one here with a medium nib. By the way, I think this is the pen or the pen design that Lamy has in which this Z50 nib here fits in best. I just find that pen could not have any other nib design because it just really fits into the streamlined modern design of that pen. You open up the pen like this. Oops. So, and of course we have a proprietary Lamy cartridge in here. You can also use the Z26 converter in here if you like. I've refilled that cartridge here with a syringe with Robert Oster Emerald Green because I thought that fits the finish of that pen very nice, will be a very nice match. So yeah, as said, this review is more about the material, so I now want to focus a little bit on this beautiful racing green material. It's a very lovely satiny finish that changes color a little bit depending on how you hold the pen into the light, depending on how you angle the pen. It's a very nice emerald green, the same satiny finish than the Imperial Blue Lamy Studio, and I find it's just really nice. The structure that this material has is just really, really lovely. It's also very soft to the touch. It's a really nice material to hold in the hand, and yeah, it just looks really stunning. And I think the Lamy logo on here, by the way, I think it's a really nice extension to the Lamy Studio lineup. The pen is comfortable in hand. It's a larger pen. We can do a quick size comparison here to my standard size reference pen, which is a Lamy Safari. They're both essentially the same length, so to speak. And if we uncap the pens, we still end up with about the same length. I would also say that the grip section is about the same in width. Of course, the Lamy Studio grip section is a little bit narrow down here and a little bit higher up there. So you may really find your grip. If you prefer a narrower grip, you can hold the pen down there. And if you prefer a slightly thicker grip, you may well hold the pen up here. Let's cap those two or post those two. And now we have a slightly shorter pen with the Lamy Studio, but I do find both pens too long posted personally. I find the Studio it doesn't throw off the balance though. You can really write that pen posted, there's no problem, but I find that pen plenty long enough when it's unposted. Let's check out that really nice material once again. I really quite like that. Very, very, very nice. This dark green finish fits the pen, this modern design of this pen, very well, if you ask me. Towards the end of that review, a short writing sample. I rarely get disappointed by Lamy nibs. Now the nib dried up a little bit because I had the pen uncapped for quite a while. Normally that never happens. Like if you keep that pen capped for a while and you uncap, it normally just comes up, just starts writing straight away. So here we go with the Lamy Studio in the new racing green finish. Very smooth nib as expected of the Lamy Z50. It's a really pleasant writing experience. It's a medium wet writer. Again, this here is quite absorbent paper, so you won't see too much wetness in here. But yeah, it's a really nice writer. It's a really pleasant writer. With 50 euro that the pen costs, round about 50 euro, also very interesting price point, a nice upgrade pen if you already have a Safari or a Studio and an All-Star and you want to upgrade your pen game a little bit. That might be the next step or the next pen that you might want to have a look at. I especially really again like this finish. Be aware though that the grip section might be a little bit slippery. I hope this review was useful to you and I'll see you at the next review. Bye bye.